Today's video is all about why I personally think that you should start a YouTube channel. I recently got this message from a fellow film editor, also here in Hamburg, and he basically was asking me for advice about how to get new clients or what to do when people are asking for work or your portfolio, although you haven't been able to work for that long amount of time to actually be able to kind of accumulate a lot of work to showcase to potential new clients. And that is definitely a very difficult question to answer, because it's basically the question of what came first, right? The egg or the chicken. You want some new work, but the client wants you to showcase your work or your experience, but without that new client you cannot gain experience or make work that you can put on your portfolio. So that is really difficult. But what's the point about making a YouTube channel then? Because obviously YouTube and professional film editing work, especially in my industry, the advertising industry, doesn't really work together that much, or doesn't bring you as far as you might think. However, I believe everyone should make a YouTube channel, because making videos on a regular basis will benefit you in a multitude of areas that will become important for you when you're working. Not only when you want to work as a film editor or when you want to work in the film industry, but more importantly, for example, me doing podcasts or making these videos on a regular basis has helped me immensely talking fluently, and especially talking fluently in a second language. And it helped me and benefited me to be more comfortable when doing client presentations. So making a YouTube channel is so helpful in the way you articulate yourself in front of people. Not only you practice talking in front of the camera, but if you get it into your mind that you're also talking to a couple of people who will watch your videos, it will translate also to talking in front of people in real life. And as I said, practicing articulating and speaking fluently, especially if you're doing it in the second language, is so beneficial for any work situation. So that's the first reason why I personally recommend for everyone to start a YouTube channel, and not necessarily with the mind of, oh, I want to start a YouTube channel to become a big YouTuber. That, in my humble opinion, will be a very difficult to achieve goal. And my recommendation for you is to start a YouTube channel, A, to have a creative outlet, and B, to practice, and C, to gain these small little benefits that could help you potentially in the real world. Now, the second benefit that comes when making a YouTube channel, and that is something that I also noticed myself, is when you are in the habit of creating videos more regularly, as I mentioned in many videos previously to this vlog, is practice, 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 and with practice comes experience. And while I am a professional film editor, I also noticed that when I edit YouTube videos on a regular basis, I become so much more proficient in editing, and editing quickly, and experimenting with stuff that I potentially would not do with advertising, because a client maybe doesn't want that. For example, special transitions, or I'm a film editor, I'm not a color grader, so in my work I rarely go really deep into color grading. I am color grading some of the stuff, but not to the extent like I do in my YouTube videos, or special effects like motion graphics and stuff like that. I can experiment with that in my YouTube videos without kind of fearing that it won't work out, because I usually, when I do a job, I clearly say, hey, I don't do After Effects, or hey, I don't do color grading, because I know that there are people out there who are much better than me in color grading, for example. But when I'm doing it in my YouTube videos, I can experiment. And as I said in the other videos, when you are creating a YouTube channel, you have the freedom to make mistakes. You are allowed to make mistakes. Therefore, you can experiment as much as possible. And that's the beauty of YouTube channels. If you are striving to becoming a professional film editor or working in the film industry, it is so important, in my humble opinion, or not important, it is so helpful to make a YouTube channel because you can practice videography with a camera, you can practice talking into the camera. Third, you can practice your language skills. Fourth, you become so much more proficient in editing because you do it so regularly, although you potentially don't have any jobs at the moment. So for someone who is in the film industry, it is so important, in my humble opinion, to create a YouTube channel. And for anyone else who's not in the film industry, creating a YouTube channel, yeah, you will learn not only filmmaking, you will learn editing, you will learn speaking in front of the camera. It is so fun to learn new stuff. You have a creative outlet and you can build up a community around the work that you are creating on your new YouTube channel. So long story short, just make a YouTube channel. It is so much fun, you will learn so much, and especially if you're working in the film industry, start a YouTube channel. Also, if you are lucky enough or if your work is good enough, and let's be real, creating a YouTube channel and making a big YouTube channel is also a little bit based on luck. It's not necessarily just your skill set, but also some form of luck if the algorithm showcases your work to other people. But if you can build a community and make the YouTube channel somewhat big, it is actually also something that clients will pick up eventually, because obviously you talk sometimes, or I had it so many times because I'm the only YouTube channel in Germany who makes backpack reviews. I actually had some clients that were like, oh, hold on, I know you from YouTube. I've bought this backpack and I saw your review. And that generates some buzz around you as a person, that you are not just standing still waiting for jobs, but you also build up your own stuff. And it also gives you some credibility when you're talking to a client about social media and you can tell them, oh, I have this YouTube channel. They are more inclined to believe that you actually know what you're doing. Yeah, just make a YouTube channel. And again, I just want to emphasize, when you start a YouTube channel, you are allowed to make mistakes. You are allowed to practice and just experiment with what you're doing. All right, so that was my short little quick tip about why you should make a YouTube channel. Let me know in the comment section below, are you thinking about a YouTube channel? And what has been a reason why you haven't started yet? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you have any questions, comment below as well. And if you want to see some of the investments that you might want to make if you want to start a YouTube channel, check out the video up here. And YouTube thinks that you like the video down here. And please do not forget to subscribe by clicking the button up here. I see you in the next vlog, or maybe on my main channel. Thank you very much.